Well, welcome to another super helpful repair video from the Goat Shed. Today is Wednesday the 17th of August 2022 and we're looking at the classic Gottlieb game from 1966, Central Park. Now, according to the IPDB, there was 3,100 of these made, and this is the first one I've seen in being in the Goat Shed in 8 years. Now, this machine is in terrible condition, and you'll see more about that in just a moment. So, as most people know, from time to time we run repair courses, and a chap came down to one of our courses back in March this year. He'd sent us some photographs of the machine, and we had a look at it, and we thought, okay, we might be able to get that going, but we did overlook the Playfield, which you'll see in a moment is totally trashed, and it's going to need either a replacement Playfield or the guy is actually looking at getting an overlay made for it. Either way, something's got to be done. So the arrangement we said to him was, look, let us put the machine together, repair as most as we can to get it into at least an operable condition to see if it physically works. Now, this is a project we started a few months ago. If any of you that follow us on our Facebook page, the Goat Shed EM Repair Specialists, please consider joining that group. You will have seen some of the work we've done, and it's just for our labour of love of getting these old beasts going that we take these projects on. But this is one that really is going to be a challenge. Now, much to our surprise, when we put this together, it actually works. There was a couple of things we had to do, which we'll run through with you in a moment. But here it is. Now, just have a look at the paint job on the cabinet. There it is. There's bits of paint missing all over the place. It's in really, really poor condition. It's flaking off. Get your finger there, you'll just rub it off. Now, the owner is prepared to invest some money in this, so he is aware that he's going to need extensive cabinet repairs and probably a new cabinet that our friend makes. And we haven't heard much more from our friend about these cabinets lately, but it is still happening, so anyone that might be interested, stay tuned. And once again, you'll hear all about that on our Facebook page. So the front of the cabinet is just as bad as the sides of the cabinet. The top of or the whole back box is bad. Surprisingly enough, it's not delaminating really, but that would all get changed over in the cost of a new cabinet. The side rails are probably the nicest thing on it. The rest of the machine, there's a lot of chrome work going to need doing. The front doors had it. Let's have a look at that. So there's the front door. I mean, we could put that in vinegar, but I think even that door's beyond help. So a new door will be required, but I believe at present they're a little hard to get. But you can see the paint on the front of it there. Not real good. So we've got a lot of things happening now with the rest of the machine. So let's just go around to the back box and show you, and we'll have a closer look at the light box as well. So here's a closer look at the light box. Right, the back glass, it's a Perspex one. It's in reasonably good condition. You can see that bit of a gouge there between the 1 and 3 there, but it's not too bad. It's not delaminated. One thing is the monkey's missing his hammer, but I believe you can buy those. Not that stops it from doing anything, it just is broken animation. So have a look at that. Now, let's have a look in the back box in a moment. So here's in the back there, once again, that 0 to 9 unit down there in the bottom right corner. if you did see our posts about the condition of that, it was rusted to pieces. Now look, it's not perfect, but we've got it looking a whole lot better and got it going a whole lot better. At this stage, you know, we haven't got every lamp on it, the Playfield's still apart, but as I said, we're so far happy with the progress on this machine. Now, let's show you a little bit more that we actually carried out. That whole frame that holds the animation feature in comes out fairly easily, and we've overhauled all that, and we've put new sleeve in the bell and the coil that operates the arm and so on. We've got we've done a bit of work on the score reels, but we've got to do a little bit more, we've discovered. The replay unit's been overhauled, and the bell on the left there, I think that's the 10-point bell, that was actually disconnected when we got it because it had a burnt out coil, so we've replaced that. So far that's not looking too bad. Now let's go and have a look at the interesting part. And look who's just returned from a trip to Tasmania. Spanky. His carer just brought him back. He was a bit dishevelled. We're a bit concerned about what happened, so we're going to send him to the vet for a quick makeover and check-up before he comes to the United States. Anyway, here's the Playfield. I'm just going to pan down a little bit and you're going to see and get an idea of what we're talking about. You can see the paint up the top is really bad in spots. Up here, all up the top in the blue area. It's very, very bad. But oddly enough, in the green in the middle here, in this area, it's not too bad. Because it's been mylar'd at some point in time, but they didn't mylar the whole thing. Now, we understand this was left out in the weather somewhere, on like a veranda, and probably with the glass off, I have to imagine it would be. So, just getting a look here, you can see some more really bad, like the whole artwork's missing here, all over here. Those numbers 2, 7, 4 and 9 aren't good, but on the other side they're a whole lot better. As I mentioned, we haven't got every lamp in the machine yet. We need to do some work with these targets here, but you can see how bad it is at the top there with the blue. It's terrible. The Gottlieb logo, that can be fixed with a, what is it called, a water slide decal. But if a chap gets it scanned, which I understand he's looking at doing, that'll overcome that. So you can see what we're up against. But as I said, the whole thing works. Now, let's just do a reset. We've done a preliminary test on this, and we've tested the bonus and everything, and the specials, they all work. So here we go. We'll start the game up. And there you go. It reset. It's ready to play. It all works. It's a miracle. So the bonus works. So I'll just get Graham to come up and help me with that, so we can show you that. So the way this works is you've got to get the 5 targets. See, up comes the light, 20, 30, 40, 50, special, and let's have a look at the top. What are we on? We're on about 10 games, I think it is. And now we're on 11, look at that. So we've got everything actually working, which is a miracle, really, compared to what it was. Like I said, the sky rails still need a bit more work. We just wanted to make sure we could get the thing going for the owner to be able to make decisions on further investment on the game. Let's just show you inside the game now and show you a few things that we've actually found. So that'll be interesting. Rightio, so under the playfield we've got the yellow and green bonus steppers there to contend with. There they are in the picture there. That's them. They're typical bonus stepper. We actually overhauled those as per our normal activities. The flippers, well, the left-hand one works. If you have a look at the other one, went the wrong way there. It's currently disconnected because it has a bad coil on it. We've got to replace that. We had the ball trough unit out and fixed that up. Some of the switches were all bent. And these are your sequence banks here. That's what sequence bank for, I think, yellow, that one, and this sequence bank here is for green. Now, we had a bit of trouble with the green sequence bank. They have those pesky SB armature switches on them. They have two, in fact. And it's going to be a little hard. I can't really show those to you here without swinging the unit down, but SB armature switches are critically important that they be closed and when the relay's tripped. And we've done videos on this on the SB armature switch, so please refer to those videos to look and see what we're talking about. So we've done all that, and if we move down here to the motorboard, okay, we've done the switches on the score motor. We've got the other bank over the back there. That's all been done. Now the only problem we've got here, we've just got at the moment, if we can get back far enough, I probably should change the zooming to 1. That's the hold relay there. Now we've got that disconnected. Now just be aware that wire that we've got disconnected is 120 volts. So be very, very careful. Now the interesting thing about this is the coil is getting hot and starting to smoke. We've got that jammed in with a screw to keep it closed. See that? That's a little trick for you, just while we're testing it. So what we've got to do, we've got to figure out what the other 3 or the other 2 switches do. It seems like it's been done in the factory, but it's really hard to tell, or someone's done a good job of lacing it all back up, but there's nothing out there that seems to identify what it is. So we're going to have to isolate the other 2 switches and so on and just see if it smokes. Otherwise it'll works perfectly fine just by being closed. Oh, and the good news is it's got the relay chart in there. I haven't looked yet, but I guess you can get that off a couple of the sites that have those available. So one thing we found on that trip bank, we found the armature plate that where the SB armature switch rests has a bud on it, and that bud broke away, and so you had a switch touching ground, which wasn't good, so we had to fix that up. I'm just trying to find that for you. So a little plastic bud pokes through that hole there, and when the switch rests on the top, where you can see where that's not rusty, where that's been, that prevents the switch from touching ground. So that was broken, giving us a few little issues, so we've replaced that. So overall with this machine, as I said, it's now going. We can happily tell the owner it's working up to a point, but there's a whole lot more work to be done. So if any of our viewers out there has any information on that hold relay, about the extra 2 switches on it. Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear. We intend to chase it down and see what's going on. We'll follow the wire colours, and I had a friend of mine who has a schematic for hurdy-gurdy. Have a look. We're a bit concerned it might have been the wrong motorboard in the machine. These things happen from time to time. People get things and do all sorts of wonderful things. Now, some exciting news. Just yesterday, we've booked our plane fare now to come over to the USA. By God, the prices vary from day to day. It was so frustrating. We spent all Saturday afternoon mucking around with websites and God knows what. But anyway, we're on our way to the USA. We're leaving on the 22nd of September. And I won't be returning till the 30th of October. So the day before Halloween. Probably a good time to get out of the USA, I'd imagine. So, very, very much looking forward to that. And we will be posting our itinerary up on our page, our Goat Shed Facebook page. So, we're very much looking forward to that. So don't forget, when we come over to the US, we're going to have some of these signs with us and some what we call stubby holders, you call koozies, for giveaways and raffle prizes. Spanky will be there. Happy to photo opportunities with him. So yeah, it should be a great time. And don't forget, we'll be collaborating with Mark Gibson from Fun with Pinball. I may have mentioned that before in another video or earlier on. But yeah, we're very much looking forward to this. It's really, really excited to come over and visit the States again. It's 4 years now since we were last there. And even this time we've even got a busier tour. I'm going to be there all up, yeah, almost 5 weeks. So yeah, a great tour. So once again, thanks for watching our videos. We hope you enjoy it, and we look forward to seeing you soon.